Alright, we are recording on the new Sony ZV-1 and I am testing out the audio and the video quality. So right now I have it on manual. I have it at 1/50th, 1.8, ISO 320. And I'm just using the audio that's available on the Sony because I wanted to see what it sounds like, hear what it sounds like. And also wanted to test out the focus, the autofocus. So let me grab something and see. This is the product showcase that I think I have it on. Let me just see. So it'll focus on that and then right to my face. I think it's doing a job. Yeah, so far that seems to be working. Let me try something else. Let me try a vintage camera I have here. So yeah, even if I'm not in the frame, it'll still focus on that. Then right back to my face, it'll focus there. So I don't think you even need to be in front of it. Then you can be to the side and it'll refocus on my face. I think. I'll check what it looks like afterwards, but I like that feature. Let me just try another product here. So this is actually not my camera, it's actually my daughter's, but I did buy it for her. It was an very early birthday present, and I wanted to do something nice for her because she's been helping me out with some extra part-time work at her job during this COVID-19 thing where my hours have been cut, so I'm only working 3 days a week. And I've been working at her job off and on for the last 2 months, so it's actually helped me out a lot. And I wanted to do something nice for her, and I know she does a lot of videos with her boyfriend. They have their own YouTube channel, and I'll put their link at the bottom here. You can check it out. They do a lot of, well, you'll see. He does a lot of experiments, let's just say, eating things that I wouldn't eat. I would get an upset stomach, but check it out. It's actually kind of fun, and then they do a lot of stuff like that where they put stuff in front of the camera and they want to show you what it is. And so I thought this camera would be perfect for them. But I want to try out for myself just to see what it looks like. Now, I've seen a few videos with people using it. I have not used it. I don't really do vlogging style of videos where I'm holding it, but I have it right now on the Joby tripod. So this is at full arm's length. So as you can see, it's capturing pretty much from chest up, and I have my arm extended out. So this is a little closer. You know, maybe some people don't have huge arms, so it probably looks more like around this. Now I believe from what I've read and seen the YouTube videos on, if you put it on 4K, it will crop it even more. So I think if you're doing 4K and you have it on a tripod, you're good. But if you're doing any type of vlogging, I think it's gonna crop it a little bit more. I have not tried it out yet. This is just on standard 1080, and I have it on 30 frames per second right now. So this is kind of the standard of what I would do if I'm doing any type of talking in front of the camera. And I did want to test out one other thing. I want to test out the audio with a shotgun mic. So I'm going to turn this off real quick and I'm going to turn it back on with the shotgun mic, and we'll see what the difference is. So real quick before I mount it on, I'm using the Rode Video Mic Pro. I think this is the Rode Video Mic Pro. I'm not really sure. It's this one, but it's got the little dead cat, and I think I could probably take that off. So it's this mic right here. So I'm going to mount it on and see what it sounds like. Alright, let me just straighten this out real quick. Alright, so now this is with the Rode Video Mic on the hot shoe. And what I like about it is it's got the mic port on the other side, so it's not interrupting the flip screen side, which most of the Sony cameras have it on the left side of your camera. So if you're holding your camera, so if this is the Sony camera, it's usually all the ports, at least on mine, on the A7 II and the A6000, it's got the ports on this side. So if you flip the camera out this way, you know, it would get in the way of the ports. But on this one, it's got all the ports on this side. So right now I have it actually charging too, because the battery life on these on this is really very poor. It might last you an hour, I think, at the most. When I was messing with it when we first opened it up, it wasn't fully charged. Once we fully charged it, it kind of just messing with the settings, it brought the battery down really low to the point where it was maybe 45 minutes that we were messing around with it. So right now when I turned it on, the battery was low again, so I have it charging right now on a battery bank, which is down below. So that's the cool thing about that. At least you can charge it with that and still take it with you. You don't have to necessarily charge it on your computer unless you're going somewhere. You can just leave it charged there. But if not, if you're recording right now, you could just put it on the battery bank and leave it charging, and you won't run out of battery. I would suggest getting another battery, at least 2 or 3 batteries if you're going to travel with it. So I'm going to show you some video right now with the ND filter on and the ND filter off and show you the difference. I love that it has that feature on there. I wish all cameras had an ND filter. Alright, this is with the ND filter off. Everything's blown out. I have it at 800ths of a second, 1.8, ISO 125. And this is with the ND filter on, same settings, 1/800ths, f1.8, ISO 125. So that's the difference. Big difference. I love that ND filter. Hopefully this mic is sounding pretty good too. I don't know. I won't know until I start editing it, but this is directly at me now, so it should pick up audio pretty good. I really like this mic. I use it for all my videos, and I usually have it off to the side and I have it hanging up by me. I usually don't put it on the camera unless I'm doing something really quickly and really closely. It picks up audio pretty good, so but I usually leave this thing on there just because sometimes it's kind of a pain to put on and off, and sometimes I'm outside, so I just might as well just leave it on there. I don't think it really makes a difference whether you have it on or off. At least I haven't noticed a difference. So anyways, that's all. I just wanted to show you guys what this video looks like with this camera and see what you guys think of the audio and the video quality. And that's it. I'll probably mess with it a little bit more, but like I said, it's not my camera, so I can't really take it with me everywhere I go. But I do want to do a few more tests outside and see how it does. I'll also show you some pictures I took with this camera and see what you think of the quality of it. I took a few pictures in the very beginning just on auto mode, and it was doing a really good job. So, but we were shooting on JPEG just to see what it looks like real quick. Now I have it set on RAW, so I'll do a little quick editing on it. But for the most part, it looks pretty good from what I saw. So, one thing before I leave, what I do like about it is it's very small, and it seems easier for me to talk to the camera. Like I don't feel as nervous like having a LED light over me with a big softbox with my audio overhead and a monitor on top of my camera. It just feels more of a less production, so I feel like almost like I'm talking to my cell phone. So that's kind of one of the good things about it, because you don't feel so intimidated by it. It's a smaller camera, so you know, it's kind of like you're talking to your phone. So that's one of the differences I've noticed right now, just talking to the camera, that I feel a lot more comfortable than I do with my normal setup. And you know, when you have all these wires and cameras, sometimes I have a B camera, so it feels a little bit more of a bigger production. And this one has a very small production, and I'm just using natural lighting right now, so I didn't want to bust out any lights. I wanted to see what this camera can do just straight out of, with no lights, nothing. And so far I think it's doing a pretty good job, and I do want to see how this audio sounds, because that's, to me, is one of the more important things. From what I've seen on other videos, people posting about this camera, is the audio actually sounds really good on the camera. That I was just really impressed. It's like, wow, you can probably get away with doing that if you're just running and gunning and just do something really quickly, like You don't have to bust out any extra mic or nothing. Now, on my other cameras, you do have to do that because the audio on there just is really poor. I would not recommend it. The A6000 actually sounds okay, but you have to be in an enclosed room. If you're outside, anything echoey, it's going to pick up all that sound. So that's why I always end up putting an external mic on it, even if it's just one that goes on top of the camera. It sounds better than the onboard mic. So anyway, so that is it, guys. I will talk to you guys in the next video. Later.